And welcome back to Indiana State Esports Smash Stream. This is the rescheduled go around because Wednesday, Mother Nature decided to hit Indiana like Mike Tyson.
It was a bit of a
Boxing
mess,
match.
genuinely.
It was a bit of a mess. It was
Yeah.
quite the mess, if anything.
Um, and yeah. So this was supposed to happen on Wednesday. Today's our playoffs match, actually.
Yep.
And so basically, what happened is that we had kept pushing it a little bit back, a little bit back, a little bit back, more and more and more. And then what ended up happening was that Evansville, the wonderful Evansville team,
Yep.
literally just said, you know what? We can't do anything over here. It's going to affect us both at the same time. And here we are.
Yep. So, but this is also an unfortunate evening because it is Carter's last stream ever, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, I'm graduating in May. Um, and I'll be leaving WZIS. I'll be leaving the Esports Lab. And
ISU.
yeah, ISU,
All of it.
everybody. And so, yeah, today's going to sting a bit. Not going to lie.
That's why I'm here. That's why we're wearing our matching jackets. We have our little matching jackets on. And we're gonna call some Smash today. We're going up against who are we going up against again? Sorry.
Evansville.
Evansville.
Evansville University. Evansville Aces.
I've had a weird day today, guys. I'm so sorry. Yeah, we're going up against Evansville. Honestly, what do you think their chances are?
Well, given that recently we actually had a down to the last stock in the third round win
Yep.
last week, and that was extremely tense. Probably one of my favorite games we've ever had in esports history. And so, truly, what I think coming up is that I think we have a fair shot. Like I said, today is the playoffs, so this will determine where we are in the bracket and if we are going to Missouri State or not, to the actual finals.
Yeah. So this is a big night for the Indiana State Sycamores for the Smash team. I'm excited to see everybody play because it's been a couple weeks since I've seen everybody play, and I've honestly missed it quite a bit. I'm not gonna lie. So with that being said, I think we need to go to a quick break. We're gonna start the game here in about 5-ish minutes, something like that, right?
Yeah.
And so stay tuned. We will see you guys shortly. And welcome back to Indiana State. How are we doing today?
Noel, I'm nervous because I really hope that we can make this last game count,
Yeah.
and hopefully that'll carry us to a good position as we move on to the final brackets of the tournament, or at least show up to the tournament in good spirits at the very least. We are starting with Athanasius.
There you go.
Athanasius. I
was
stopped
like-
myself.
So proud of you.
Athanasius on Lucas, obviously, and the ace is I cannot read. That is very tiny text.
Well, they haven't put up who they're winning, who they're
Oh,
putting up yet.
yeah, that's
That's
right.
why I asked.
I've been meaning to get my eyes checked for quite some time, and so I'm currently looking at like a broadcast we have on the other side of the stage, and if any like our names at the bottom here, if our names were the tiniest bit smaller, I would not be able to tell that. Genuinely, I'm not even kidding.
That's concerning, Carter. I'm not going to lie.
I mean, I should be able to see it. I should. But
I'm a little worried, buddy.
um,
Sure. Okay. Anyway,
no, we're
moving on. They're sending Connor G. I'm not entirely sure who this person will be playing.
this does sound very familiar. If I remember correctly, this might be an ace for the ace. As in, I remember Connor G being a very formidable player.
But not their best, because their best was Illusion.
Oh, that was it. Right. That's what I remember.
Noel with the big brain bringing up the stats.
Oh, man.
Off memory. Wow. Like Amigo.
Yeah, that illusion was
That was rough.
a force to be reckoned
That was
with.
a roughin'.
And I'm very much hoping that we can use our knowledge from, our previous experiences with the aces, and make sure that we can come out this one on top. I'm looking at the Smash team right now, and I genuinely have no idea what they're doing, because they're. What does this mean? What does that mean?
Dude, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. We're going into the game, though.
Going right into it.
Nope, never mind. I lied.
Oh, is this?
We were faked out.
Oh my goodness.
Hold on.
Okay. Keep in mind, right now, I believe they're going through a stage pick at the moment.
I think so. I'm also so you might see me look down at the table. I have my phone. I'm texting our coach.
Oh, okay.
I'm
I thought
texting
you
our
just
coach.
ended there. I'm texting.
Okay. I was just making sure that I knew what was going on because we don't have anybody to run the teleprompter right now. So
Our poor teleprompter. That easily one of my favorite characters from the streams.
it's the teleprompter.
Yeah, because it provided such whimsy as blank space for at least an hour, and then you guys are slightly louder than you should be.
That's fine.
And then you need to change it.
All right, going into the game.
All right. So, Connor G on Pikachu and Athanasius on Lucas. Now, I need to say right now that these two characters, I feel like, are extremely close to each other, with only very few differences, in my opinion. Because we have, so Athanasius on Lucas, very projectile-heavy character. Same with Pikachu. That major difference being their sort of way of attack. With Lucas, he actually wants to stay further away with his projectiles. Meanwhile, with Pikachu, yes, you want to use your projectiles, but as a means of getting closer and closer to getting your aerials, your smash attacks, things like that. Meanwhile, with Lucas, you want to have your... Ooh, with a very first kill off stage. Very good for Athanasius and the Sycamores. Holy cow.
That was great. The energy in the studio is absolutely buzzing.
Absolutely.
And considering Athanasius's percentage is not that high up right now,
Oh, absolutely.
like we're at a good spot.
Still at kill percent, but doing quite well against, keeping it off stage.
We'll save it.
Away from an off stage death. I That's really helpful, honestly.
That was a great recovery.
Absolutely. By getting by the up tilt, that is, I mean, you hate to see it, honestly. I'm going to keep track of how many times I actually say that, given that it is my last day.
Nope, no one's going to keep track of it.
Yeah, so we're currently at 1. Anyway, so as I was saying, Pikachu, you want to build up your projectiles and sort of have that lead into your aerials, your smash attacks. Meanwhile, Lucas, you want to use your projectiles as a way of building up damage and your percent, so that way you can be very much killed off stage, either with just one good tilt smash attack. Usually with Pikachu, you need a lot of those things in quick succession, and Lucas, truly, he only needs one at a certain percentage. You can kind of see that he has a lot of off-stage punishment options with his down smash, and even, I don't believe he has the yo-yo like Ness, but obviously his PK Freeze, PK Fire, all of those are very good off-stage options to just punish if they are trying to recover and get back on stage. Connor G takes out Athanasius with a down air and spikes to the bottom of the stage. Oh, this is not a relatively fair game at the moment. Connor G at a very high percentage right now. Frankly, and there he goes.
That.
Makes it an even game, only off by 6%.
Not 0. Sorry.
Man, wouldn't that be fantastic?
That would be great.
Now, I would say right now, or sorry, I did say this at the beginning. They're very similar characters. They, very good movement, especially Pikachu. But truly, I think they're quite well matched. And if I had to say who was truly the better character here, I feel like that's hard to say purely in preference. I still do think Lucas is a very good option against Pikachu, solely for his, like I said, punishing ability off stage.
I think that it solely does come down to like the player themselves, and I think that Athanasius has a really, really, really good grasp on all of Lucas's abilities and when to use them the proper way. It's just now that we're this far into the game and we're learning the play styles, obviously it takes a minute to like get back into everything, but I feel like Athanasius put up a very good fight considering that Connor G is starting with one stock in this next match, and it seems that we are sending up Wook.
Ooh, boy.
Which is exciting.
Wook obviously being a very formidable Luigi player, absolutely fantastic, and genuinely, I think he's one of our best players here for the Sycamores. Very talented, and I definitely think that up against Connor G's Pikachu, I think it's pretty safe to say where this is going to go.
This is definitely going to be an interesting matchup.
Oh, yeah, a lot of back and forths, I feel like. Trade-offs with stocks and players and things like that.
Although it's not like we really have much room to do the back and forth simply just because Connor G is only down to one stock.
Absolutely.
And Wook is starting with a full 3.
I do think that with Luigi being very, how to say this, quirky, maybe? But he is just quite the funky little guy because I find his attacks quite unpredictable, genuinely, because Luigi has a lot of options for movement ability, aerial potentials, in the air, on the ground, a lot of aerials that hit hard, a lot of smash attacks that hit hard, and of course just the randomness of things like his auto kill taunts, his critical up Bs, and even a misfire for a side B.
Yeah, and with all of that in mind, we're going to go into this game once again. We have Wook on Luigi, and Connor G taking those 2 homie stocks at the beginning.
I'm going to miss this. This is probably the part that I missed the most. The honorary homie stocks into the taunt. It's absolutely fantastic. Now, I will say, oh, wow. Wook already going for the opening Luigi combo. I apologize there.
Are you okay?
I stopped myself from having a coughing fit there. I literally blocked it from coming out
I was
because
like, what is
I
going
knew everyone at home would wish death upon my family.
I thought, I thought you were choking. I was like,
I thought it was too.
oh goodness, oh, that was scary. Anyway.
Okay, Wook getting back on stage, hit by the smash attack, and as he tries to get back on stage, almost a quick turnaround. This is not a good position for Wook to be in, only about 40% away. Get him with the back throw off stage. Good position for Luigi to be in. Oh, but he tries to punish off stage. Back at high percentages for both players as they trade off with projectiles. And is this possible kill? I think so. No, I'm kidding. I really thought Wook was trying to cook up something there with an up smash. I genuinely thought that's what he was going to go for. But they're playing small pickings right now as they're just waiting for the right moment to get in and pull off a smash attack or even an up tilt, either character right now. And the back throw is going to kill him. What? Not a back throw. Okay. I need to stop predicting what's going to happen because
Ben's over there laughing.
I am absolutely flabbergasted at these plays. That is what? Oh, my word. But, wow.
Oh my goodness. Sorry.
This is an interesting match,
That
genuinely.
was great.
Connor G taking out the first stock from Wook as he almost tries to SD off the stage. This is quite the predicament for Wook to be in. Honestly, I would be concerned right here, especially for now we're at a 2-stock loss across the board. Noelle, what are you thinking right now?
I am concerned about your voice and your breathing ability, considering we just lost another stock. I mean, this obviously isn't a great place for the Sycamores to be in, simply just because, you know, we're coming off of a pretty close win, but with where we're sitting at right now, a 3-stock deficit between the Aces and the Sycamores, this is tough to watch. But look at me. We are now down to a 2-stock deficit as Wook takes out Connor G as Luigi. I don't know why I said as. As.
Very good position to be in. Moving on to the next player in the Aces, finally getting them off the board. However, Wook is going into this next round with only 1 stock. That's going to be tough.
Yeah, that's a hard one.
Yeah, that's
a hard
tough
one
to come back from.
This is a difficult position for the Sycamores to be in because these Aces could send an illusion.
Absolutely.
And just blow through every single one of our players.
Going in right now with the stage ban. As we sometimes like to remind our audience at home, both teams get an option of bannable stages. There are, I believe, anywhere from 10 to 20 stages that are legal for professional Smash Brothers. And so each team, or each player, gets a choice of 3 stages to ban on top of their preferred choice.
Yeah.
And it is just random. They roll for it, basically, of who gets what. That's what the game decides. So it's a very important part of the matchmaking sort of deal because a stage is one of the most contributing factors to how well a character does. You could get a stage like Smashville. You right there?
Yeah, sorry. I had a really big yawn.
You could get a stage like Smashville with a bunch of alternating platforms and things like that, where you have a character like, I don't know, Bowser or Ganondorf or something like that, where they could be so tall that they could just hit you from the bottom of the stage, hit you across across the stage and on those platforms.
And with that in mind, looking at the stage that we are on currently, this looks like I think this is genuinely one of my favorite stages to watch be played.
Hollow Bastion from Kingdom Hearts.
Love this one so much. It's gorgeous. And then on top of that, it's a very simple sort of stage where there's not really many places to hide.
Ooh! With a 0-to-1 combo. Holy cow.
That scared me. Everybody started yelling. That startled me.
Oh
Sorry.
my gosh.
I was looking at Carter talking.
That, ladies and gentlemen, was the one and only Luigi 0 to kill combo. That is a very tight, in layman's terms, it is a extremely tight series of inputs that results in one of the deadliest combos in the game. It is definitely a Luigi special, and it is by far mystical, magical, wonderful to see it up close.
That really was. That was very. I didn't see much of it, other than out of the corner of my eye, because once again I was turned away looking at Carter. But yeah, that was definitely. This leaves the Sycamores in a decent place because we do have Aaron. We never announced that. We have Aaron on Roy at the moment.
With an SD off stage.
And look at that. We are now tied stocks-wise with the Evansville Aces, which is crazy. Quite frankly, this is insane.
Wook being able to recover from far off stage. But unfortunately not being able to come back. The misfire being his death.
That's so upsetting.
The one-time misfires are bad, I swear. Oh my gosh. That was extremely unfortunate.
But this is a good position for the Sycamores to be in at the moment because we're only down one stock.
Absolutely.
And this is definitely a recoverable game.
It was a very good match for the sake of it put us in a much better position. It evened out the playing field, and now we have our next player, Unk, going in on K. Rule up against the ace,
Roy.
Aaron.
I'm excited for this. Okay, so tell me about this matchup between Roy and K. Rule. What do you think this is going to look like?
Right now, I honestly, call me biased.
Hey, Carter, you're biased.
Okay. But truly, I think Unk's in a good position right now because if there was any character, or I apologize, any sword character that I would personally want to go against K. Rule, it's not going to be Roy. I can tell you that much.
Okay.
Because Roy, although being a Fire Emblem sword player, is also heavy. And the thing about most sword players is that you want to rely on quick movements, dashing around the stage, and staying at a distance. Meanwhile, Roy needs to be up close. Which, guess what? K. Rule, you don't want to be up close to that guy.
You don't want to get close to K. Rule. You do not. And honestly, I mean, the thing, though, is I'm concerned about K. Rule's hitbox is gigantic.
This is true. Now, I will say K. Rule is one of the best examples of I'm not sure if we've ever discussed this before. Have you heard the term armor before? Maybe in passing or something like that?
No, I don't think so. Sorry, Carter's getting a drink.
Take a drinky winky. I've been having a little throat problem recently.
Okay. I think Carter's dying, everybody. I'm so sorry. All right, I'll continue talking. K. Rule genuinely does have just one of those big, huge hitboxes, and going up against Roy once again, who, this is definitely going to be an interesting matchup.
Absolutely. I severely apologize. I've tried so hard to, stop that from happening.
It's okay. You need to cough. It's a bodily function. I get it.
I do.
We all get it. It's fine. We're not sick, I promise. At home, we're sick. We're not sick. We're chilling. Are you good? Do you need to take a minute?
No,
Do we
I'm
need to
good.
Go to a break?
I don't want to ruin the eardrums of the people that are at home.
Stop swallowing your coughs. My guy. Anyway, K. Rule and Roy, this is definitely going to be an interesting match. The hitbox, sort of situation. Armor, you're talking about armor?
Yes, before it was rudely interrupted by my body. We need to ask Seth to put that on the banned list. Interrupted by my body.
Just keep going.
Anyway, the mechanic of armor in Smash Brothers is the idea of your character being so chunky and strong that it literally just keeps going no matter what is thrown at it. So you might have a smash attack or a jab or an aerial, and you take the damage, but you just keep going. And K. Rool has one of the highest sets of armor in the entire game. Not only that, but he has a passive ability where most projectiles, most attacks, just bounce off his belly. Literally, just a tum tum.
And with that in mind, we're going into the game. Because I've had it with Carter.
What's wrong?
With Carter.
What's wrong?
All right, we're going K. Rool against Roy, Aaron on Roy, and Unk on K. Rool. Now, Unk is one of those players that we don't see very often, quite frankly. Not necessarily because he is a bad player. He's just not played often because his main is not a good opponent against most of our opponents.
This is very true.
But this is one of those times where K. Rool is a great choice for where we're at right now.
I would personally say so because he, for a heavy character, you would think, like I was saying before, usually you wouldn't want to play a heavy character with a Fire Emblem sorter because it's a matter of constantly being interrupted. They're being too fast for you. But honestly, K. Rool has both the speed and the interruptions to be a good combatant, in my opinion. With the side B and the neutral B, both very good projectiles to use. And as we just saw, that armor, K. Rool is one of the best sets of armor in the entire game. And you try to attack him, and he just keeps going. And truly, I do think that Unk has a very good chance here, at least to make it even playing field.
And I even think skill-wise, like just looking strictly at the players, I think that they're very evenly matched skill-wise. And Unk has had a chance to kind of get a grasp on how Aaron plays, and now that he's up against him with one stock to go, all he needs to do is take down that one stock, and then they are tied again.
Absolutely. And I actually think what Unk is doing right now is actually very well played, keeping to the ground because, like I was saying, with the stage choices and the bans, this is actually one of those stages where I would feel very afraid. Oh, Unk taking out Aaron, making it an even game.
There we go.
Even game.
We are 6-6 with the Evansville Aces here at Indiana State University. Carter's dying again. Unk is going to go in. We have 3 full stocks. Unk didn't lose any stocks that day.
No, he did not.
Okay, so this means that we are now evenly matched once again with the Aces, whoever they decide to send up next, which I will be getting hopefully soon here on my phone from our wonderful...
I got this for myself on my birthday. It's pink, and I love pink. I love it very much.
All right, I know who we're sending up, and I'm a little worried.
Oh, no.
All right.
Is it who I think it is?
No, it's not who you think it is.
Oh, okay. That's
but
their.
It's not.
That's the Ace's ace.
That's not much better.
Is anyone getting is that joke tracking? Is that joke tracking?
I get it.
Thank you.
Is it tracking? I don't know, but
ace in the hole. Anyway,
got it.
Anyway.
So yes, they are sending up Will Schmidt on.
No spaces. Just Will Schmidt.
Will Schmidt.
Will Schmidt.
On whatever this character is. I'm forgetting.
That is Zero Suit Samus. I'm not sure why Cam abbreviated to ZSS, but whatever.
I don't know.
Zero Suit is.
How Cam's texting me, I guess. I don't know. Going up against K. Rool.
Yeah.
This is going to be an interesting match. We're going to go ahead and hop into the game. I'm intrigued to see where this goes.
Unk is up for a challenge. So I talked about last match that Roy is sort of not the best counter for K. Rool, given that, oh my word, in the first 15 seconds, first stock from Unk, not a good position to be in. Oh, yeah, I was about to say.
I was sorry. My bad. I don't have my glasses on right now.
So, like I was sort of saying, Will Schmidt is definitely a very good counter to K. Rool. I'm going to be very blunt about that.
Mm-hmm.
Zero Suit, much like Pikachu, deals with a lot of shock damage, which means it's a lot of interrupting. And he just interrupted my sentence as Unk went off the stage, lost one more stock.
We are now in a 2-stock deficit against the Evansville Aces, and this is not looking good for Unk or the Sycamores.
He cannot help but just get juggled this is definitely what Azirisu would do to a heavy boy like K. Rool, because he has no choice but just to get hit back and back and back and forth, back and forth. I don't know what I'm saying
Are you
anymore.
having a stroke?
I'm not having a stroke. Ben looks concerned. My boss Ben.
Oh,
But
shout out Ben.
yeah, shout out to Ben. He's been keeping track of all the weird things I've been saying, and has been ridiculing me all day because it's my last day. And
Ben and I have been making fun of Carter all day. It's been
I-
great.
I-
Anyway, back to the game. Kate Rule is getting
absolutely
kicked.
demolished.
Yeah,
It
K. Rule is
would-
really.
I
yeah.
mean, I appreciate Unk for lasting this long. I think what he needs right now is just to get one stock on Will Schmidt, but unfortunately that can't happen right now as we're moving
unable
into.
to make that happen, and we are sending in who I've been waiting to watch all night.
Of course.
I literally, okay, I am aware that I probably, as a commentator, shouldn't have a favorite player, but this is absolutely my favorite player to watch. This is my favorite player to talk to. Like,
I personally have no favorites, but I perfectly understand why, because we're sending in Easy
easy
Breezy.
breezy on Daisy.
Um,
This is, like, okay, this is, like, okay. You know how, like, men have, like, man crushes and, like, women have,
What?
like, girl crushes, whatever? No,
Okay,
no, no,
wait,
no.
hang on.
Let me explain.
I
Let me
can't
explain.
say that
Let
word
me
stuff,
explain.
but that
Okay, let me explain. No. I have a commentator crush on Easy Breezy because he's just so entertaining to watch.
they just shared that interaction off camera.
Yeah, I have a
So-
commentator crush on Easy Breezy. He's such an entertaining player to watch, especially with Daisy and going up against Zero Suit Samus. With
So I can't say bamboozled, but you can do that.
yeah. I'm a woman. I can do whatever I want, Carter.
Yeah, I can't argue with that.
Totally kidding. Anyway, yeah. So okay, looking, you know more about most of the characters and all of that. What's this matchup gonna look like with Daisy and Zero Suit Samus?
Definitely, I do think right now we're looking at a matchup between two characters where a lot of very tight inputs in very like small amounts of time.
Yeah.
Right now, that's going to be this match. That's what defines this match. Both being very technical characters with a lot of potential. I do think that Daisy has a good chance of getting the upper hand on Zero Suit. However, the fact that we are 3 stocks down, it's not going to put us in a good position for our last match. But we'll get to that when we get to that, won't we?
If we get to that.
Absolutely.
If we get to that.
No homie stocks this match. It is just good old-fashioned brawling it out. Starting up this match with Easy Breezy getting 40%. That would make 4 things that has made Noelle crack this game. And I'm keeping track in my head. We see right here just Will Schmidt absolutely destroying Easy Breezy right now, getting at a 50% 50% loss. This is a very tough position to be in as Daisy is kill percent at the moment. That is extremely tough to be in right now. I personally, what I want to see right now is just some sort of comeback right now, because this is an absolute barrage of attacks and just aggression from Will Schmidt. Something that I do think Easy Breezy can come back from.
I will say the percentages right now are looking a little too high for my liking. I'm not a super big fan of about Daisy's percentage at the moment, with it being 142.7, right? Am I saying that right?
Absolutely.
146.1 now, I believe.
Easy Breezy being taken out with an up tilt. This is
That's
tough.
Rough tup and tumble. Oh,
Do people still do Jinx anymore?
I don't know.
I'm
That wasn't a jinx, though. Anyway,
Easy Breezy taking out first stock from Will Schmidt.
I had to do
Will
math there for a second. Sorry.
I'm not hip with the kids. I'll tell you that.
I'm not either. It's fine. We can be old people together.
Ben also agrees. I just saw a shaken head.
Ben, do you think I'm hip with the kids?
We got we got a thumbs up. We Easy Breezy trying their best to get back an even playing field, but yet again, I feel like he's playing a very safe game at the moment, and Will Schmidt knows that. Hence the amount of aggression and very tight gameplay we're seeing. Just trying to interrupt anything that Easy Breezy is trying to build up.
This is just such a precarious situation for the Sycamores to be in, and the Aces know that and are trying so hard to capitalize on it.
It is very... I'll say this. This is one of the toughest positions I could imagine for Easy Breezy because they have to deal with the fact that...
Almost just fell off the stage, honestly.
Did you take NyQuil before this?
No, I really honestly thought that we were going to lose that stock right there.
Oh, man.
I panicked. Sorry.
It shows that we care about our players, truly.
I get invested in these. Heavily invested in these.
I mean, especially after last week, I'd be too, fam. Genuinely.
What did you just? Never mind.
I'd be too, fam.
Just keep talking.
I'm really not hip with the kids if that didn't track. Both characters near kill percent right now. Easy Breezy only slightly more killable, now at 123%. This is not looking good, but the Sycamores only 2 stocks left, period. Make that 1 stock, period.
Carter.
My big fat mouth.
Carter.
Ugh.
We've had this talk. All right. So for those of you that don't know, Carter is the worst person at enacting commentator's curse in almost any game that he commentates. We've had this conversation multiple times.
This is true. I don't deny it. I hope me acknowledging it makes me take it with me to the grave. The grave being my graduation. I just hope I take it with me and wear it on my shoulder.
Oh no, you won't because on Tuesday when I was doing commentating,
Easy Breezy taking 1 more stock from Will Schmidt.
When I was doing commentating with Seth for Rocket League, I said something and then the exact opposite happened, and Seth hit me with a pin.
Wow. I wish I saw that.
I deserved it, quite frankly. But yeah.
Easy Breezy getting a nice subtle aerial combo. See, this is one of those tough matchups where Daisy's 1-2 punch of trying to get the turnips kills off stage is much harder, but that doesn't matter with an aerial off stage. This
is such a bad position. Okay, I'm not saying bad. This is a strange and very precarious and very scary position for the Sycamores to be in because there is only 1 more player for them to send in.
I think they're going to send Illusion.
I don't like where this is at right now. All right, considering just a score update because we can't see right now. The Sycamores have 1 stock left.
Yes.
The Aces have 3, sorry.
Yes, 3.
I forgot.
They have a whole other player. And I'll paint the scene. I'll paint the scene for you guys.
This is about to be a bloodbath. I'm not
No,
gonna
I
lie.
wouldn't say that. Going up against Easy Breezy.
As much as I would love to be confident in Easy Breezy, and I am confident in Easy Breezy, this is a bad position to be in.
Oh, you made Easy Breezy sad.
No, I'm sorry, but this with 1 stock left going up against Illusion.
Anyway, so let's paint the picture, right? Illusion. What?
I know.
Okay. So Illusion was by far one of, if not the most memorable players in any of the teams from the Missouri Valley Conference. Usually being a Pokemon trainer player, having 3 different characters practically, all various different play styles, close range, middle range, and heavy. And am I reading that right?
Yeah, you are.
Me Brawler. Choosing Me Brawler, which, A, I have yet to see in professional play that is an ESAM, and he doesn't go to ISU. And 2, I don't have a second thing. Um,
Well, we're going to see how this goes, because we are going into the game starting off with those 2 Daisy homie stocks.
now, I believe the rule with any of the me characters, your gunner, your brawler, and your sword fighter, you do have to use the basic rule set. Those 3 characters are actually customizable, are the only customizable characters among any of the Smash Bros. Roster. However, for professional play, you must use the basic set. So that means no differentiation, and so for our brawler, that means your aerials, your smash attacks, all of those are the same except your specials. So that means you have a shot put for neutral B, I believe that upward strike for up B, and then a leap for the side B, I believe, and I cannot remember the down B. That's the down B. And so right now we're seeing. I am only saying these things because this is devastating. Easy Breezy is currently at 100%. Illusion at also at 100%, being taken out by the side B. I said all that stuff to distract myself from what was truly happening.
Noel was sitting like this the whole time, just watching. I knew where that was going to go. Now, granted, Easy Breezy put up a great fight.
It was a fantastic
It was
fight.
a great fight. Turn around. I'm sorry.
We love you, dude.
We love you, Easy Breezy. But yeah, so that was. So I would like to add to those at home. There is still one more match to go because this
Definitely.
is the best 2 out of 3. So we have another 12 stocks to go, and we are starting once again with Athanasius on Lucas.
All right.
I'm intrigued to see who they're going to send up.
Ooh, boy.
Maybe they keep Illusion. I honestly don't see them keeping Illusion. I'm so for real. All right, Carter, talk to me. How was that last match?
Genuinely, if Easy Breezy were starting that match with 3 stocks, we would have been in a very good position. And truly, I think it was really only a matter of there being only 1 stock.
Yeah.
Even if Illusion got the first stock off, there still would have been plenty of room to make a comeback and actually for Easy Breezy to pop off.
This is
Genuinely. We seem to be going up into the next match with Athanasius and oh gosh. Oh, I almost had a panic attack now seeing that they were pulling out Illusion as the first player.
No. They are pulling out Connor G.
That would have been a bloodbath.
That's true. I believe that Connor G is going to be. Who did Connor G play?
That was Pikachu.
That's it. I think we might just repeat what we did last match.
That, you know. If we were to go down that road, it could yield benefits.
I'm not saying that I am for it or against it. I'm very neutral.
Absolutely.
But, like, man, I don't know. Oh, Cam's typing.
Oh.
What's Cam going to say?
A correction.
I don't know. Maybe.
We get live
Perhaps.
updates from Cam for those joining us.
We
now.
do. On my phone. I think Cam wasn't actually typing, though, because Cam disappeared. We're gone.
Are we heading right into the
I believe
game?
we are heading right into the game. So
We're
once
getting
again,
head shakes, not a test. Not a test, ladies and gentlemen.
Once again, we have Athanasius on Lucas and Connor G on Pikachu. We saw this during the last match. What do you think Athanasius is going to do different this time around?
Personally, I think I think Athanasius knows right now. He sort of knows what to expect with Connor G. Because Connor G is going to try his best to go up close and personal, and that's just not what Lucas needs to right now. What he needs to do is bait those projectiles and allure Connor G into his own projectiles, those PK fires, those PK freezes, and just get the drop on him, genuinely.
That's true. I'm honestly, as of right now, just because this looks like a relatively evenly matched. Never mind. I'm gonna stop talking. I was like, oh, the percentages look pretty even. Never mind.
Yeah,
And
it's.
then Pikachu got a couple.
What was that about commentators,
couple
Curse? What?
good licks in on Lucas, but it's just one of what?
Never mind.
Okay, have you not heard that before?
I've never heard that term before.
You've
Licks?
a good couple licks.
I've never heard that.
Ben,
Is
have
it
you
a
heard that
brawling
before?
term?
Yeah.
What?
Okay. Anyway, we'll have this conversation later.
Okay.
But look at
that would have been an amazing play
Well-
if not for the side air off stage.
While we were arguing, somebody got a stock taken.
That genuinely, I'm really surprised that didn't hit on Connor G. The yes, the up B for Athanasius, first stock on Connor G. Very good. This is deja vu. This is straight up deja vu.
This is just round 2 of what happened last time.
Only with slightly higher percentages. But yes, I was just saying, the up B on Lucas is quite powerful actually. If you are able to hit an opponent with your PK shock, is that the name? I don't know. But it's just strange that there isn't that didn't even go through. That Athanasius even lost that first shock. Genuinely. What?
Are you okay?
I'm trying to explain stuff.
Okay.
What? Anyway, what I'm trying to
Stumbling
say.
over your words a lot. You feeling well?
I
Feeling good?
I feel fine, Noel.
Okay. Just making sure.
I think you need to change the stocks there, as we lost one from Connor G.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, we did. You trying to
Sorry.
check up on me?
Yeah, I am. I'm
I
worried
do
about
feel
you.
fine. I'm trying to illustrate to the people at home these players.
Can you just tell that this is our last go around with this? And there we go. Carter's dying again.
Athanasius coming back from the side of the stage. I almost said taking out Connor G from the side
So close.
with a back throw.
Let's see if Athanasius can recover. Hits Connor G, with a projectile.
I think what Athanasius needs right now is just one good PK fire to get Connor G one more stock down to literally make this a repeat of round 1.
No. Here's the thing. I don't think we want to repeat because we saw how that ended. and
Being
look-
taken out. What? Saving that from the top of the stage. Oh, well, there
There
you
we
go.
go. There we go.
Being taken out with a dash attack at that high percentage, that's very understandable. Athanasius putting up a very good front,
Yeah.
but not able to get through
was a very good
that
fight.
electric rat. That's called a Pikachu. No, I'm not going crazy. See, it's not just about making me feel anguish. It's an everyday anguish. No. I meant to say everybody anguish. But anyway, we're going into this next match with Tricky.
Yep.
Tricky, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
I am.
With Tricky on Rob for the Sycamores.
Who is my favorite character in this whole game?
You love Rob.
I
What is about it?
love
I'm
Rob.
asking you the question.
Okay, Rob, in my opinion, just over the two. Now, granted, I don't play this game. I don't know very much about this game, but I have been watching this game be played for 2 years, and I've watched many people play Rob. Rob is one of the most adaptable characters, in my opinion.
This is true.
You can throw him against almost any opponent, and if you have the right player behind Rob, he's borderline unstoppable. And that's why I love Rob, because I think that anybody can learn to play with Rob, and Rob can adapt to that player's play style. And as long as they learn how to use Rob well, and they're able to pick up their opponent's play style quickly, you can do anything.
That's a very good point. Rob has a lot of angles you can really use him for. Rob is consistently in the higher tiers of the roster for Smash Bros. And you do make a fair point. With Rob having a lot of projectiles to his name, I believe the spinner, the laser, and then he himself literally becoming a Beyblade with his down B.
Yep.
And
But he's also pretty reliable when it comes to close contact combat. Like,
Yes,
he's such a diverse and like wide range character. So no matter what kind of place, if you prefer to use your projectiles till they are done and you are dead, like, that's great. If you want to, do more close like hand to hand combat, you can do that. But it's absolutely better when I just love Rob. I feel like I could talk for hours about how much I love Rob. I won't.
Misclick on our part.
That was your fault.
I pressed the wrong
Not my
button
fault.
on the stream deck.
Because Noelle was yapping.
Maybe this is my last stream because I'm losing myself.
I think you might be.
What do they call? Actually, never mind. I'm not finishing that sentence.
I was about to be like, let's not. Anyway.
That is a very unfortunate start for Tricky being juggled off stage by Connor G. I will say right now that, we do have the advantage here coming up from one stock. However, if I was Tricky right now, I'd be playing from a distance at the moment and really only going up close for those hard-hit kills, those aerials, those smash attacks. Because genuinely, I do think there's an argument to be made here that Rob can keep his distance, even for a character like Pikachu. That's kind of hard to hit.
Mm-hmm. That's true. I mean, Pikachu in general, just from what I've seen in the games that I have seen, is just one of those characters, kind of like Kirby almost, where they're very quick, very agile, and Rob, while a great character, is not that.
This is true. Absolutely.
So that's kind of a weak spot for Rob. I will admit that.
Rob at now 179%, more than past kill ratio. This is very tough, but Tricky is just staying in it at the moment.
Yeah, Tricky's just trying to stay alive.
I think right now, if Connor G taking out Tricky with a dash attack, that is just it's not even that genuinely. It's not even that good of a move. Our Sycamores are just at such a high percentage where that can kill.
Yeah, I think Connor G's strategy at the moment, especially going up against Rob, is just to keep putting in those little hits and those little attacks until they do get to that high percentage and then just knock them off with a really easy combo.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely something to be admired. I genuinely think that Tricky is one of our... I think he's one of our more interesting players, just how he plays Rob, because it's a lot of combining multiple elements from different play styles, and he makes it his own, and so I definitely think he can pull this around, even if it's just to get Connor G off the board.
I will say, Tricky is a bit of I'm going to call him a Frankenstein player because that's the only thing that I can think of.
Yeah.
But, that's not necessarily a bad thing. And honestly, I think it provides a very interesting, sort of entertaining sort of gameplay to watch.
Ooh, getting Connor G off the stage with the throw into the beam.
And sometimes it pays off. That
very good position to be in, honestly.
This isn't a terrible position to be in. With a 2-stock deficit between the Sycamores and the Aces, this isn't a terrible position to be in considering who we decide to put up next and who... Aces. I had a brain fart there. Who the Aces decide to put up next. I will admit, though, we are one player behind them at the moment.
Yes.
They are still on their first player, which is worrying.
I will say, it's crazy because you wouldn't think that the difference between a 1-stock lead, which we are now still further away from, now at a 3-stock lead. What was I saying? Oh, yes. The difference between a 1-stock lead and a 2-stock lead is massive here because it's a matter of, you're starting the next match with just one less stock to, you may have gotten rid of the previous player, but you're going against the new guy with only 1 stock.
Yeah.
That is madness and a lot to deal with, genuinely.
It is.
Smash Brothers is my favorite, or one of my favorite professional. Actually, no, I'm gonna say it. My favorite esports to see. No disrespect to any other esports, even our own here at Indiana State University.
Yeah,
for both Rocket.
Shout out Rocket League and Valorant. We love you guys. Sorry.
But
I'm on one
no,
today,
I
guys.
personally love Smash Bros. because of how different it is amongst other fighting games. Is my personal favorite fighting game, even though technically speaking, not even the developers think it's a fighting game. It's technically listed as a party game.
Well, it is a party game. I guess it's a
Oh,
party game.
yeah, but I mean, come on, look at our players.
It's a combatant party game, yeah.
Being taken out upstage. Oh, that.
Unfortunately. You gonna say it?
You hate to see it.
There you go.
You hate to see it. Is that 3?
That's 2.
Oh,
That's 2. You're not doing too terribly.
I have a record.
I
think the most I've said it in a stream is 7.
don't know. Maybe.
However, that was definitely last year. It wasn't this year.
Yeah, and then me and Seth were like, "Hey, stop."
Back when I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah, and here we are. Last year I was off camera pushing buttons, and now I'm sitting here.
Hey, I convinced you to come up here. I don't know if I've ever said this before, but Noelle is my assistant.
Yes.
As the esports director.
Dream team, baby.
Heck yeah. I'm very proud of us.
We're splitting up Ben applauded us. We're splitting up the dream team this year. This is so sad.
I told myself I wouldn't cry.
Carter.
Thanks, Noelle.
You're not dying. It's not. Anyway, we have Plasma Monkey coming up, and I can't remember who Plasma Monkey mains. Donkey Kong?
That
DK?
would be Joker.
Oh, Joker. Why do I keep thinking? I think Monkey and
Wook did the big monkey. Yes.
that's who it was. I was like, somebody used to main DK.
To the point where I do remember, I can't remember if it was just because I was physically ill or something like that, but I remember that I was on modding one night for Smash, and then I pulled up an image of DK to illustrate that DK was coming on, and it broke Noelle to her core.
It just caught me so off because you put Big Monkey, and then I giggled at it, and I looked away, and I was focused on this, and I look, and there's just a gigantic picture of Donkey Kong.
I don't even think it was Donkey Kong. I think it was just an orangutan.
No, it wasn't.
Was it a DK?
It was either DK or Diddy Kong.
Oh.
It was one of them, but it killed me. I lost it. On stream, 10 out of 10. Anyway, with that, we're going to go into the game. Joker against Pikachu. We are now on our 3rd player going up against Connor G.
See, that time it wasn't my fault.
Well, okay, granted, my glasses are off. I can't see anything, and there's a lot of red on the screen.
Okay.
There's a lot of red on the screen. Guys, I'm having a bad day. I'm going to put my glasses back on. They're dirty.
All right, homie stock.
Yeah.
Oh, Connor G has only 1 stock left. We need to change that as well.
Oh, no, we don't.
Yes, we do. Look
No,
at
we
that.
don't. Oh,
Connor
no.
G lost 2 stocks.
Yeah, I know. He's still our first player, though.
Yes, but look, he only has 1 stock left.
I'm aware.
But that was a homie stock.
What?
He started with 12 stocks, Noelle.
Yes, I know. And he's lost 2 over the course of... I am so confused right now. What are you talking about?
Never mind. Listen, it's our last match of the season, and I feel like we've done such a good job at keeping our professionalism.
Of course.
We have earned...
We've earned
We've
one.
earned a goofball.
We've earned
a
one
goofball.
unhinged stream. Wouldn't you agree, Ben? We're still staying pretty professional.
This is true.
We're still Ben has lost it. Ben's
Connor
like,
G taking out the first stock from Plasma Monkey. Tough position to be in right now. Now with a 5 stock deficit. It's not a good position to be in, genuinely.
Yeah.
Connor G now on his 3rd player. Oh, and getting Plasma Monkey off stage. This could be a 3 stock. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that happen.
Here's the thing. This is what I see happening. And I'm going to say this, and people can, be as upset as they want. Feel free. What I think is going to happen is Plasma Monkey is going to get knocked off by Connor G, right? Connor G.
Like that.
This is what Noelle is thinking.
So...
Let me explain. Commentator's curse is awful, but...
Do tell.
What I'm thinking is we're going to send up Easy Breezy.
Mm-hmm.
There he is. All right. We're sending up Easy Breezy. Connor G has 1 stock right now. If Easy Breezy can keep his 3 stocks while trying to knock off Connor G,
Yeah.
I have a strong feeling that Easy Breezy is going to be able to blow through the rest of the aces.
This could be.
I am calling it. Am I saying that's for sure what's going to happen? No, because commentators' curses are a real thing, and I don't want that on my conscience.
Absolutely.
However,
And it will be on yours, not mine.
However, we are at a very bad deficit right now with a 3 to 10 stock score.
Seven stocks.
7 stocks. There's a 7 stock difference. And that's really, really hard to see. As a Sycamore fan who's been here for 2 whole seasons now, this is a hard place to be in.
I'm definitely wondering where this is taking us because I think Easy Breezy, knowing these, the aces, most of their players, a good general idea of their characters. I'm not gonna lie. Actually, that's not even. Yeah, it's a tough decision to be in.
This is really hard.
There's hope in my heart.
Yes, there's hope because we are all about Hope Core on this Twitch
Hope
channel.
Core.
Hope Core for the win.
Hope Core.
However, the realist and the cynicist in me is also like, this is not a great position for all of us to be in, for the Sycamores to be in. I think that Easy Breezy, if anybody, is going to be the one to pull us out unless our coach was to get on the controller, which is not going to happen. So, I'm hopeful. Why does it look like the light is on fire outside? Sorry, I just got so distracted. It looks like it's looks like the building out there is on fire. It's not. I think it's just the sun and the sky and the sunset. I think I might be going a little crazy.
Oh yeah.
It looks like it's on fire.
No,
right?
I understand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not
It's just
crazy.
a bad lamp.
Yeah, I think so. Anyway, so yes, we do have Easy Breezy going in as Daisy against Connor G on Pikachu. Connor G has 1 stock against Easy Breezy's 3.
True.
So, and also talk about Daisy against Pikachu. What do you think that's going to look like?
I do think that actually it might be a little bit difficult. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
Something that I'm kind of noticing is that at least right now, half of what the Aces have thrown at the Sycamores are interrupters.
Okay.
The type of characters that are about sort of disturbing the flow, combo breakers, that sort of thing. Your classic Killer Instinct sort of thing.
Yep.
So we have Pikachu, who has a lot of potential in those regards with aerial smash attacks, and of course his very quick projectiles, starting with an emote. I have never made that mistake. What is wrong with me? And I'm saying that. I'm at taunt. I got my own thing wrong.
This does not bode well for the rest of this match.
Holy cow.
Guys, it's been such a long week. We have 4 weeks left of classes.
Oh, I don't want to think about that.
And my brain's dead. I've had such a weird week. I'm sure Carter's also had a weird week. This has been a high emotion evening.
I teach 3rd graders all week.
Yeah.
And it's still weird. It was April Fool's Day this week.
Yes.
And we convinced children getting Connor G off the map. Thank goodness. Get out of here.
But did I say?
As I was saying, we convinced 3rd graders that it was March 32nd. And 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade were convinced that it was March 32nd.
That's diabolical.
Yeah. The principal was in
Anyway.
on it too. He did it over the announcements.
Oh, I love that. All right. I know who's coming up next, and I don't really know if I love this matchup for characters. We have Aaron on Roy up against Easy Breezy on Daisy. Now, considering that Aaron has a good stock, like the Aces in general have a good stockpile to fall back on with the 3-9 score right now, I'm a little scared.
Right. Now, I will say, I am actually in good spirits for this match in particular.
I am inclined to agree with you, but like I know that there's still more waiting.
It's good to focus in the moment and not dwell about what is to come or what has come. Let's cross those bridges when we get to that bridge.
Oh, it looks like we're about to get to. I'm sorry.
Was that? Yes. Okay.
Okay, I thought I saw something.
It's
I thought we were gonna have a mirror match for a second there. I was really.
it is because the actual profile picture of the Aces is just Illusion's account. Oh my gosh, with a 0 to 65 combo with aerials and oh my gosh, that was beautiful.
Now,
Absolutely eloquent.
Roy, once again, as we spoke about when he went up against Unk on K. Rool, is a very close range combat character.
I would say so, yeah. At least a little bit closer than what you would expect your normal sword fighters. Big thing about Roy is that he really doesn't have that much damage of his actual sword. It's more about his slashes. You think about his up air, his sort of like smash attacks, things like that. And Easy Breezy getting the first stock off of Aaron. Finally, at least getting some deaths from the Aces. Good to see it. Or I should say, stocks from the Aces. I apologize. But yeah, Roy is definitely I would say, a riskier character from all of the sword fighters because, yeah, he packs a punch and he's quite heavier, but push comes to shove, he has the damage intake of a heavy without the space, if that makes sense. So
Yeah.
he'll take as much damage as, say, a K. Rool or a Donkey Kong or a Ganondorf, but it just means he has shorter hitboxes and the speed to make up for it. Oh, and Aaron taking out first stock from Easy Breezy.
This is so scary.
So even if Easy Breezy goes into the next player, into the next match, he's starting the game with 2 stocks.
Which is still rough because that next person will have 3 to his 2. And then we'll have another person to go after that.
Getting Aaron off stage with the turnip. Easy Breezy being just amazing at throwing the turnips everywhere.
There was one turnip that literally just barely missed by pixels, and I was so upset.
I saw that too. My heart got a little tense.
We're gonna have a heart attack over here.
As we see right now, very close proximity. Oh my gosh, back and forth happening. Easy Breezy trying to go for an SD from Aaron. This is... Okay, and I'm being told that's incorrect. I apologize. Okay. See, this entire... Okay,
This is
Never
why I'm so
mind.
happy Ben is sitting over here, because normally Ben doesn't sit right here, but these two arguing across me has been the most
It's not even
entertaining
me
part of my
arguing.
evening.
I'm just taking insults. That's what it is. This is not...
Everybody in the station really loved that. Anyway, Easy
It's a
Breezy's
matter
really
of-
killing it today, guys.
Oh my gosh.
Easy Breezy's doing a great job. Aaron is truly fighting.
Getting with
and
Aaron
look
with a
at
back
that.
air. Good position to be in. Well,
Better position.
better
to be.
position. Thank you.
There's a 4 stock deficit instead of a 7.
See, that's the type of reply I appreciate. Take note, Ben.
All right. So up next.
I genuinely think you guys are going to have, like, a ceremony, not for me, against me when I'm gone.
To celebrate when you
To
leave.
celebrate my graduation, not in favor of me. Like,
Me and Ben might throw a party. I don't know, but I don't know if anybody else will join. I'm joking.
you're going to
We're
see
joking.
a darts board with my face in the middle,
Just
printed out
holes
photo.
everywhere.
Oh,
Anyway, all right. We are waiting to see. Oh, okay. We are going to have they're just repeating their lineup from the last match.
Will Schmidt on
Zero Suit Seamus.
Zero Suit Samus.
Sorry, what did I say? Seamus?
Seamus.
I'm
yes.
tired, guys.
Seamus?
Yeah, I'm thinking about WWE. We'll talk about this later.
What?
I will talk to you about it later.
Is he? Wait, hang on. Is he the guy with the redhead beard? No? Never mind. Anyway. So, I mean, we literally saw this kind of matchup last round.
No, we
Or,
didn't.
sorry, last...
No,
Yes, we did.
Did Will Schmidt go up against Easy Breezy?
Yes, they did.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. Will
Yes,
Schmidt,
I do. Now
Will
it's coming
Schmidt
back to
went
me.
through 2 or 3 actually,
Yeah.
two of the Sycamores.
Right?
And it
Yeah?
was only
I don't know.
Easy Breezy that was able to put him in the ground. Easy Breezy taking 1 stock, the homie stock, very eloquently.
I like holding off on putting the game up on. So we have TVs broadcasting both of these, and that's how everybody's watching the matches. And I like holding off on when to switch it over, because then I'm like, you have to wait to see your game.
Anticipation.
I'm the evil. I'm the evil force in this.
Nearly even. Well, I was just about to say nearly even game. So as we've been saying, we've seen this matchup before at last round, with Will Schmidt on Zero Suit, very a interruption heavy character, and I definitely think Easy Breezy has learned getting the first stock off of Will Schmidt.
Is beneficial.
Absolutely. Now, I will say, difficult position to be in right now. Easy Breezy back on 94% in kill range. I definitely think Will Schmidt is trying to go for, even if they think they don't have the best chances to win this match, Will Schmidt is absolutely going for getting 1 more stock of Easy Breezy for Illusion to finish Easy Breezy off.
Yeah, Schmidt is trying to set up Illusion for the best possible outcome for this match, but it seems like Easy Breezy is trying his best to make sure that does not happen, which I commend him for greatly. And I'm very thankful for him for that.
This is, honestly, it's just a very tight matchup with Easy Breezy taking off the second stock from Will Schmidt. Is this a... see, I don't want to...
This is such a close match. This is such a close match, let me tell you. This is so nerve-wracking. Honestly, I feel like you can cut the tension in this room with a knife.
With Will Schmidt taking off 1 more stock from Easy Breezy, this is difficult, honestly, right now. You can't see it, but me and Noelle are
We're
so...
holding hands.
Yes.
I'm so scared.
Because we are terrified of what's to come.
There's
Because even if Will Schmidt is to lose his last stock, which may be coming up soon, as Easy Breezy goes in... see, I saw a future... almost tried to get him off stage with the turnip and the SD. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. We are in a precarious position here
Okay.
with where this is going.
1 stock left against Illusions 3.
Now,
Literally a repeat of
last round.
last round. Sorry.
I'm intrigued to see if Illusion is going to put up the me again. Yep,
It would be very funny. It would be
He
very
is.
funny.
putting up the me brawler one more time against Easy Breezy's Daisy.
So this could be Deja Vu or the biggest comeback we've ever seen.
That's true. This is such a... I don't think you viewers at home understand just how nerve-wracking this is. I don't even play video games. I do this
It's your favorite
because...
stage.
What?
It's Hollow Bastion.
Oh, ruh-roh.
Oh, see,
One of
it
our
does
players
slip.
locked.
The thing in the door slips. Okay, so fun fact. I work in the lab on the weekends as just like behind the desk. We do check-in here when we're not streaming. And I was working in the lab over the weekends, and I got locked out because the doorstop slipped, and that literally proof that it slips out from the door.
I've seen it happen before, but with that rant over, we have the me
boy.
brawler Illusion with 3 stocks against Easy Breezy on Daisy and his 2 homie stocks coming off. We're scared.
I mean, I couldn't agree more. Genuinely, I so want to see a win, just one more win before I leave this wonderful place. That makes it sound like I'm dying. I'm not.
You're dead to us. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
With Easy Breezy now making an even game, Illusion only 7, with only a minimum of maybe about 17% change right now. Oh, Illusion almost taking Easy Breezy off from the top of the stage with an up B. This is incredibly tense. Easy Breezy has to fight diligently. Ooh, I do believe that was an SD off stage. Okay. Now this, ooh, Hope Core. That's all I'm gonna say. Hope Core.
Apologies, I had to fix my hair really quickly. She's going a little crazy.
Illusion taking a very careful game right now, trying to get as much chip damage as he can because all he needs is one good.
It's time.
Pull it up.
This is a hard pill to swallow.
You hate to see it.
We do hate to see it. Bring it up to a nice 3. We are going to take a quick break so that we can gather ourselves for a post game, and we will see you guys in just a moment. And welcome back to Indiana State Esports. Once again, I'm just going to go ahead and pull this up. The Evansville Aces have unfortunately taken the victory against the Indiana State Sycamores in this last playoff Super Smash Bros. Match. You may see a couple of our Smash people walking across the camera because they are tearing down and getting ready to end out the season. That was a hard match to watch.
It was. It truly was.
It was literally like a repeat of the matches back to back. It was borderline. That's exactly what happened. Which props to all of the players. I think every single player on the team got to have a spot in the spotlight tonight. But it's still sad to see, especially when you've watched this team grow from where they were at the beginning of the season, and even starting from last year. I think from last year we only had one returning player, which was Wook, and this was a completely new team. And they've grown so much, and I'm gonna cry, but I'm like so sad to see this end this way. What about you, Carter? How are you feeling?
I know I came into this with really high hopes, and I just want to say that I really have enjoyed seeing this team grow, watching their ups and their downs equally. Genuinely, it's been wonderful to see this team just go through the thick and thin of it. Truly. I don't know. Smash means a lot to me, especially more now. And I'm really gonna miss this.
Yeah.
Genuinely. I said this the other day during our Rocket League, or not our Rocket League, our Valorant playoffs. That this one was gonna sting the most because it's how ISU started esports, and the fact that this is gonna be my last stream. Yeah. So just to the, if anyone's watching this, thank you so much for watching. Truly. Because this has been wonderful.
And seeing as how I'm probably going to be still doing this next year, I'm like not looking forward to doing this without Carter. Not
You're
ready.
going to do fantastic.
I
have made this whole thing manageable without me. Yes. I'm making a 50.
Tried.
Why do you think the document is going to be 50 pages?
And he's making a master document.
Yeah, I'm making an absolute
beast.
A beast, a true honest to God beast. And I
There's tricky.
so anyway, um,
Yeah, we're still going. We're still alive.
um, but
That's fine.
anyway,
What?
Novi,
I mean, if you guys want to talk,
we're getting knowledge that apparently
somebody
we're
wants to. Okay, we're gonna have Easy Breezy come on for an interview. I would like. Okay, I would like to say goodbye to Carter on stream because this is very sad. This is very sad. This is a sad day.
yeah.
The besties are leaving each other, the esports, but we literally have dominated this department. We, both of us, are employed by the on-campus radio station. That's kind of, who brings in all of our casters and stuff like that. And I brought Carter into the radio station because I was like, hey, you want to start this podcast? Come do voice tracking, and we can get the podcast rolling. And then esports started, and he was like, I know a lot about Smash, and here we are.
Yeah. And here we are now.
Our
You know.
matching jackets.
Yeah, matching jackets.
Matching jackets.
I didn't think I'd be in a position that lets me do esports for any amount of payment, truly, or commentary, I should mean.
Yeah.
You know, making this stuff with our new system, this space, this wonderful lab, and any of this, truly.
Yeah.
Doing this for the past year and a half of my life, and I couldn't be more thankful for a better team, a better group of people to be doing it with, and just the amount of camaraderie and collaboration we've had, and I'm very thankful for that.
I love that. Well, we're going to go to a quick break so that we can pull somebody for an interview. Carter will be taking that. So this is Noel Callahan signing off for the last time this season. And I will likely see you guys somewhere on the interwebs dealing with esports either next year or in the upcoming months. But yeah, I will see you guys. Have a great night and enjoy your interview. We will be right back.
I'm reaching over because I had to fix things, but we're here one last time. It's okay, Sam. Just go on ahead. You got a lot of stuff. But anyway, we are here back with our last interview for the season with Cam. How you doing, Cam?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm very happy about how the season went. How are you doing?
A little sad, not gonna lie. Noel's gone, and I'm gonna be gone soon, and it stings. It definitely stings.
Well, both of you did an incredible job of commentating the season, so I really
Thank you.
appreciate it, and I know the team does as well.
Thank you, Cam. Now Cam is the coach for our wonderful esports Smash Bros team. So honestly, just Cam, give me an overview of your thoughts of the season so far.
So all in all, this season I think went incredibly successfully. We finally got our first game win in a tournament or in a season, which is very, very exciting for me. And even like comparing, even against the teams that we lost, our progress from week to week was better and better all the time. Like our players only kept improving, and that's the thing that is the most important to me is helping players get better so that they can fight stronger teams, and even if they lose, they know they did better. And hopefully next season we'll be able to do even better.
Absolutely. And especially because, did you have any idea that we would be here where we are now? Because you really only Wook was the only but the only
Yes.
returning member
Yes.
from last season.
All
Did
the
you
others sadly perished.
just in the Great Purge or whatever.
Yeah.
But did you have any idea? Was there a different vibe with this group?
I think there definitely was. All in all, I feel like we had a much more cohesive team this time, and we had players who were a lot of our players were starting off in a better place than our players were last semester, so that definitely helped. But just in general, having the resources of the esports lab to practice with, and just having more infrastructure in place, really helped. It meant that players could learn much faster, could improve way quicker, and all in all, I think they helped each other just build up to where they are now.
Absolutely. Cam, for the final time, do you have anything else for our audience at home?
Thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure coaching this team, and I hope that we'll be able to, give you an even better performance next year or next semester, whichever happens.
Yeah, of course. And this is the last send-off from me. I probably going to cry about this later, genuinely. And what I want to say is a sincere thank you to all of the support. Smash Brothers? What?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no kidding. Smash Brothers means so much to me. I was there on release day for Ultimate. My sister, who I mentioned from time to time, plays professionally, Mysterica, in the local Indiana scene. And I've always felt close to it, and the fact that I've been able to commentate for it and work behind the scenes of in a professional manner for WZIS, for Indiana State University, has been an incredible experience that I never take back, genuinely. And letting go of this is going to feel strange. And because it's been such a huge part of my life, it's been part of my everyday, all my day-to-days. And here we are now at the very end. Of course, we still have our Rocket League playoffs next week, but I am more of an overseer of that match, not a commentator behind the desk. So I'm going to say this right now. Thank you. Thank you for everyone who's watching, albeit few of you. We understand. Thank you to everyone who has ever worked for me, cheered for our teams all across the board, Rocket League, Valorant, and especially Smash Brothers. Thank you to the Smash Brothers team. I absolutely adore all of you. You've done an amazing job this semester. Thank you to my team at WZIS for their wonderful help and support. Thank you to Noel, being an amazing director or a director's assistant and keeping me afloat. And once again, thank you to the viewers at home. Oh,
And thank you, Carter.
thank
You've been
you.
a wonderful commentator.
Thank you. For the last time, my name's been Carter Seifert. Take care.